But I'm waiting for it to come out on video so then I can play it backwards. Everybody will come up out of the water. It'll be lovely. Like, oh, honey, they're all drying off. So I've been living in New York, which is a fine thing, except you never know. Well, my big concern about living in New York was that the Ed McMahon Publishers Clearinghouse people would not be able to find our house. And I didn't know if they went to apartments. This was an interesting thing I found out in couples therapy. I'm now going to couples therapy with my partner, of course, because it would be silly otherwise. It would just be... And it's interesting, I'm now doing everything I've ever made fun of in my routines. Except for guys, of course. But, our therapist is wonderful. She's a brilliant therapist, but the big problem is, and I'm not complaining, she's been wonderful, she's taught us wonderful skills, but she has a wandering eye. One eye goes off to the side. Now that is just not good in couples therapy. We never know who she's talking to. Our biggest fights are after therapy when we're like, oh, well, when she said that nice thing, she was looking right at me. I have actually found myself in therapy leaning way to the left, trying to get in her sight line. But I found in therapy that my partner actually fills out the map to our house so that Ed McMahon and the Prize-Mobile could better find us on the great prize-rewarding day. I was shocked, because she believes that statistically, at some point, Ed McMahon has to go to a gay household. Unless they're pre-sorting by zip codes. You know, West Hollywood, no way. Provincetown, goodbye. I would love to see them open the door sometime on some big square bottom dike, wouldn't you? Like, ew, what do you need? Brenda, get down here, we won something. Or open the door and some fabulous queen who's like, wow! Oh, we'll redecorate. So I'm living in New York, and there is no living thing in New York, so you never know when the seasons are changing. It's spring in New York. The only way you know is your catalogs change. Suddenly, J. Crew announces, it's spring, okay. And they start those weird colors that are really never found in nature. I think the green is cruel. It's that kind of neon green that does not look good on white people in the Northeast after a very long winter when you actually haven't seen your legs since November. That's when a lot of my friends start using that tanning cream, and they just look like they were dipped in betadine. But I love a good catalog. You know, catalogs remind me of pattern books. Do you remember pattern books? When I was little, my mother would make clothes for me, and we would go and look through these huge pattern books. Does the word Butterick bring back anything? Betsy McCall. Oh, my first crush. When my first lover did not have tabs on her clothing, I was shocked. But I figured it out. But there we were looking through these huge pattern books. And there would be a little breeze. You'd turn the page, a little breeze would go, and luffed my bangs as the page was turned. Now, my mother was looking at the outfits that the little girls were wearing. I was looking at the little girls. And then when my mother would ask the magic question, do you like this one? I was like, well, I love her. She's a little butch, but I'll take her home. Your catalogs change, and the Gap stores change. I believe that there are too many Gap stores. I don't know at what point in this country it became a constitutional imperative that everyone live 2 blocks away from a Gap store. But in New York, they're on every corner. I was walking down the street complaining about all the Gap stores to my friend, and she said, well, let's just go in. So we go in, much against my better judgment, and they have all that puckery fabric in the door. And we go in, and the clerk comes up to us, and he has one of those headsets on. Why, I don't know. It's almost as if a Madonna tour happened to go by. Boom, he'd be right out there. But he comes up to us and he says to my friend, who was a bit of a prankster, and I was unaware, he says to her, may I help you? And she looked at him and she said, yes, I'd like to see a little of the cocksucker in the window.